Imagine you move from a place where you lived all your life. Imagine you move and you leave all your children and wife. Starting all over again, but no one you know is around. Well, they didn't have to imagine. They built it up from the ground. How does it sound? Not easy cause it isn't. Could have phased them, but it didn't. But the Ray Bond, that's a winner. And they ran straight to the finish. You get to know them up close and personal. Wait, just give me a minute. Welcome to the front row. Can I get a drum roll? Intentional. We may be immigrants, but we are still intentional. We are dependable. It's just that set the bar, but still the best of all, we are intentional.
Hi everyone, welcome to the Intentional Immigrants podcast and channel. I'm your host, Yolanda Jack. Today we will be continuing the presentation of information on financial literacy. We'll be looking at what it is, why it's important, and some small steps that you can take towards financial literacy, which is your empowerment. Before we dive into today's session, if you have not already done so, please like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you prefer listening, then the podcasts are available on Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, and Podbean. We are also available on LinkedIn and Facebook. So let's dive into the matter. What is financial literacy? Financial literacy is the ability to make wise decisions regarding money and how it can work for you. Making your money work for you means using it to fulfill your goals and dreams. I'm sure you've heard it, or you've probably heard it said before. He who fails to plan, plans to fail. So no dream can be realized without a plan. Why is financial literacy important? So knowing how much money is coming in and where it goes will help with the achievement of all your goals. Think of a goal, money will assist in the achievement of that goal. You may have heard it said before, money makes the world go round. Think, all right, say you want to operate a soup kitchen. It takes money to be able to do that. If you don't have any money, how are you going to get the ingredients? How are you going to get the location? How are you going to think of everything that you need? And most of what you would require to operate a soup kitchen needs to be purchased. All right. So think of your noblest effort. Money is required for that effort to come to fruition. All right. So what are some steps you can take? So here are some steps you can take to make sure that you are being empowered. The first step is to start with a budget. So budget has gotten a bad rap. And some persons look at budgeting with disdain. They say, why do I need to take a record of all my spendings? And especially if I don't have any money, what's there to budget? But you may have heard it said as well that a small leak will sink a big ship. Having a budget is part of that planning process. It allows you to see how much money is coming in, and it also allows you to see how much is going out. So it allows you to plan how, where, and what. How much is coming in, where it's coming from, and what you're spending it on. So a budget is just a tool to allow you to be in control of what you spend and what you have, whether it's a little or it's a lot, it doesn't matter. The second step is to start small. So just the other day, I was talking with a relative and they were saying, I asked them if they were saving, and they said, Auntie Pat, I have no money to save. And I had to backtrack a little bit with them and said, okay, let's go through this slowly. Say you get 5,000 Jamaican dollars, that is, every 2 weeks. At the end of the month, how much is it that you would have received? The answer came back, $10,000. I continued. At the end of 6 months, how much would you have gotten? And they said, 60,000. And I said, okay. At the end of 1 year, how much would you have gotten? 120,000. The answer. I said to the person, wouldn't it be painful if after a year you see how much came into your hands and you have nothing to show out of that money? So I said to them, here's what you do. Save 10% of your pay every fortnight. It will not be much, of course, when you start out, but at the end of 6 months or even a year, think of how much you would have saved. This can go towards some of the dreams that you have. You have a dream of going back to school, it can go towards that. If you have a dream to open a business, it can go towards that. But you need to have a little saving set aside. And in addition to the money that you're going to be saving, you also need to have emergency savings. So your saving is going to be divided into 2 parts. One portion for investing and the other portion for your emergency or rainy day savings. The third tip is to have automatic savings. So what I would want you to do is go to your bank and get the relevant form. You will get that form and take it to your payroll department, and you will have them take that money out of your pay before it comes into your hand each pay cycle, and the money will automatically go into your bank account. The bank account, as I said before, you'll have 2, one for investing and one for emergency or rainy day savings. So those are some of the tips that I've seen work. They have worked in my own life, and I've seen them work in other people's lives. Another thing you can do is make smart career moves. So at the end of 5 years, do you see yourself in the current position that you're in? Because if you don't make any changes in terms of career, in terms of education, then you're going to be in the same position you are today. So these lessons can be implemented regardless of the country that you're presently residing in. Determine an amount that you're going to put aside and make those payments automatic. The fifth tip is to research investment options. And if you just put your money into a savings account, it's just going to sit there with the interest is very minimal that you'll get for savings account. So as such, you have to research investment options so that you can get the best amount or the most amount of money for what you have there. A bonus tip is to keep investing in your financial literacy. So if you don't have any money to attend a seminar or attend a class, there are always books that you can read. Some of these books are available on YouTube that you can actually use to further your own financial knowledge. One such book is The Richest Man in Babylon. Another one is Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Another one is Think and Grow Rich. And I'm sure there are many more out there that you could use, you could read and apply the knowledge to your own situation. Some of these books are also available on YouTube as audio books. So there's nothing stopping you from just listening while you're washing dishes, listening while you're exercising, or listening while you're driving. Nothing is hindering or stopping your progress. There you have it in a nutshell. Taking the time out to make sure that you Pay attention to your own financial literacy and educate yourself and research your investment options and start saving. Small savings will get you one step closer to all your dreams. All right, so those are our tips for today. Thanks to Xavier Anderson for providing music. As usual, I'm your host, Yolanda Jack, reminding you, he who watches the wind will not sow. He who watches the clouds will not reap. Ecclesiastes 11 and verse 4. You were born for greatness. Step out into your greatness so that mankind can benefit from you being here. So long, until next time.
Intentional. We may be immigrants, but we are still intentional. We are dependable. It's just that set the bar, but still